Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new documentary, David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. And this documentary focuses on it's a coming-of-age story of Daniel Radcliffe and his stunt double, David Holmes, as they develop this friendship, and as it grows and thrives throughout this life-changing accident for David Holmes that made him paralyzed. And this is definitely, structurally, from director Dan Hartley, a very informative kind of documentary. You have the interviews, you have the kind of by-the-numbers structure and storytelling techniques of a documentary. So, there's nothing particularly exciting or interesting from that, technical standpoint in terms of how this film is created. But it is a very inspiring story about these two young men who built this relationship, this dynamic with each other. And especially as you kind of pull that curtain back and see this very human experience all within the creation of these Harry Potter movies, which were big budget productions, but still having that room for that very human dynamic and relationship between these two young men. And it's wonderful seeing them interact, especially now. Daniel Radcliffe is such an engaging and fun figure, and he seems like such a genuine guy, and his relationship with David is so sweet. And then you really get to understand where David was coming from, his journey, and all the way up to what turned out to be a very emotional and heavy sequence in this film of dealing with that accident. And there's some really serious emotion that comes in here. So even if the film isn't the most dynamic or interesting from a storytelling perspective or a technical perspective, there's so much heart and soul in terms of how it deals with relationships, friendships, and also dealing with this big trauma and really processing through everything and seeing how this young man adjusts his life and moves forward. And you learn a lot about being a stunt double and a stunt worker and all those kinds of things as well. Overall, this is definitely an engaging and brisk little film that really strikes a nerve and really inspires you and tells a story worth listening to. But those are my thoughts on David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.